Hello! We should be live. Yep, I think we are. Hey, Samet. How are you doing? Yo, hello Jonathan. Phobia, hello. You're not the only one. The stream just started, so I'm gonna wait for people to come on. Hi, wow, Insomnia, hi. Don't stop making these bangers now, thanks. Hi, wow. Hello. So I'm glad to hear that. Well, part 14. In the template, yeah, it does exist. I do have a part 14 thumbnail ready here. I'll rank it on where I think it goes. Because the point of the stream, I'm gonna do a bunch of tier lists like the previous couple times. Well, the previous, like the first time. Because the last time was a Q&A. Hello, Jacob. How is everybody's day going? I hope you all are doing pretty well. Right, we have 10 viewers, 11, so I think we can start with the tier list. So the point of this stream is gonna be to get like a full tier list of the parts that have come out so far of the Boros series. And I have a couple others that we can do after this. I have a Cadre tier list and an S-Class Heroes tier list, which are topics that I want to cover, but I don't really want to make videos about at the moment, so I feel like doing it on stream is fine. Pretty well. Oh. US military versus Godzilla. Oh. I mean, which Godzilla, first of all? But I feel like if it's like legendary Godzilla, then like the current US military probably doesn't really stand much of a chance, because he can just like tank nukes to the face, no problem, and nukes are like the strongest thing in our arsenals as far as I'm aware, as humanity in general, so... yeah, probably not gonna go too well for the US military. What if there was Platinum S hit Boros so hard it was the best? I don't know which one it was. It was part 3 where Platinum S and Boros fight. Boros versus Platinum versus Sairochi versus Tatsumaki to go. Yeah. It's one of the better ones for sure. Hey Satri, hey Henry. Showa era? I don't know much about Showa era. I've only seen Shin Godzilla, Legendary Godzilla, and the like 1998, I think, is like the time that the other really hated Godzilla movie came out. Also, I'm trying to find my... oh, there we go. I usually read chat on mobile, and I couldn't find it for a bit. But now I found it. Military beats Godzilla. Nukes buff him. Oh, no military beats Godzilla, yeah. I can agree with that. What about railgun? I don't really know. Do we have, like, railguns IRL now? Godzilla survived a black hole. Not the legendary one, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, I know there are some crazy Godzillas out there. Raikage weapon versus nuclear bomb. Raikage, you mean like the one from the last, where it's like a weapon made to blow up the moon? Yeah, I feel like that's stronger than a nuke. I haven't seen any of these videos, but I don't think Platinum S has the strength to hit Boros. These are just like what if videos that I've made so far of the Boros series. We're gonna be ranking them and then doing some other tier lists as well. Phoenix Man versus Black S, no restrictions, unlimited resurrection, unlimited cell fusion. I mean, unlimited resurrection, he would just eventually become strong enough to like destroy the entire planet with all the cells on it, so probably Phoenix Man, if he just gets killed over and over again by like Platinum S or something like that. If the rebirth ability of Phoenix Man works like Zenkai, where the closer to death is, then the greater the power-up, Boros might have another worthy opponent. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where part 14 goes. Because, I mean, I have it planned out already. Like, parts 14, 15, I have those planned out. We shall see how much of a beast Phoenix Man is. Right, but I think we have enough people to begin. Could Black S beat Godzilla? I mean, legendary Godzilla I feel like is just gonna like waste them all. Unless he like runs out of stamina, cause like 2014 Godzilla ran out of stamina pretty quick, I think. This was a surprise live stream. Yeah, I didn't like schedule it beforehand. Your bar series is really good. For a fan-made series, you're really good. Thank you. Thank you, Denshiki. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. Hello. Hello. Alright, so I think we can begin. Part 1 is like the whole introduction. By the way, I'm basing this off of how much I like them. So like, pretty much everything goes into this. How much I liked making them, how good I think they actually are, the editing, the writing, all that stuff. So, the first one, I'd say solid C tier, because like the editing is kind of not very good. It's very like minimalistic editing. Obviously I get way better later on. Then what actually happens in it is like Boros survives, then some funny moments with him like in the city trying to adapt to human life. And the VGS bit with Darkshine taking on a clone of Boros is like fine. Genos meeting Boros for the first time, but it's not very much detail, you know, it's just like 12 minutes, so I think solid C tier. It's because the Mutos had an EMP that weakened Godzilla 2014? Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, I think that's what happens. I haven't rewatched the movie in quite a while. Hey, a ranking video, let's go. Hey, Eternal Flame. Hello. By the way, so sorry about, like, the Hunter x Hunter video, because, like, I'm dreading editing that, because I have to get so many clips and, like, manga panels from Hunter x Hunter, and unlike something like Naruto, I can't, like, I don't know everything off the top of my head, like, which chapter this and this happens. So, like, I'm dreading editing that video. I'm sorry. Hey, I say Godzilla could give Saitama a good fight. I don't know much about the older versions of Godzilla, but I know that some of them are really overpowered. Right, so then the second part is gonna be Orochi entering the Monster Association, and then humiliating like Gumsphere Ugly, killing a bunch of monsters, and then fighting Orochi. I feel like the main problem with this one is that the build-up to Orochi versus Boros is kind of longer than it should be, and the fight itself is shorter than it should be. But at the same time, like, for someone like me who thinks Boros was just like annihilate Orochi, it's kind of hard to write a long battle between these two. So I feel like I did a relatively good job with it, because like the whole comparison with like Orochi has more skill and more like appendages, so he can like sort of keep Boros away from himself when Boros isn't trying all that much. I feel like that's like a decent way to handle the fight. I'd say it's B tier. The editing pains me though, because like I put manga panels on there, but I just put them on the screen, like the full panel right off the bat. I don't have it like drag across the screen or anything, so the editing just pains me to watch every single time. The best part is when he reveals his face to the other S-rank heroes and Tatsumaki reaction. Yeah, I enjoyed writing that so much, like we'll get there, but I enjoyed that a lot. You liked Boros versus Orochi? Yeah, thank you. Just came in to pop in and say hi. See you later. See ya, Eternal. I saw a video that did Legendary Godzilla versus Orochi. I feel like Orochi, like with the Gaia cannon and the small planet calcs that it has, probably wins. But I don't know too much about legendary scaling, so I could be wrong. Hashirama versus Netero. I'm sorry, I like Netero way more, but Hashirama just sort of like would destroy him. Unfortunately, because I like Netero way more as a character. Boros beating Orochi up is funny. Hashirama versus Netero equal stats, so that's better, but still I would say Hashirama, because he's more versatile too. He can attack from like all angles at the same time with like wood style. His golem also, like his wood statue is way bigger than Netero's Buddha statue. So probably still Hashirama. Orochi versus Godzilla Ultima. I don't know Godzilla Ultima. I just know Shin Godzilla and Legendary Godzilla. And then also like the one from like 1998. What music did you use in the last part of the Boros story? I really like the Sunblade scene and the end scene with Phoenix Man. Thank you. The last part, I used a lot of music, but for those specific scenes, for the Sunblade, I used Yamamoto's Bankai theme from Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War. And then for the final evolution of Phoenix Man, I used like the Footsteps of Doom from AOT, Attack on Titan. Boros said himself, Orochi was like a puzzle to overcome, the rest is easy. Yeah. The line I like the most from part 2 is like, your ultimate move takes like a fraction of the planet's power. My ultimate move destroys the planet, you know? Like, I like that one the most probably from that part. Alright, then part 3. I feel like it's kind of unanimous. It's gonna go into the S tier, cause like Boros versus the Cadres, the whole big battle royale, the continent drop, like, yeah, it's still the fan favorite by far, it seems, so yeah, probably still gonna have to go in the S tier for sure. I would think that most of you agree on that. The asteroid that killed the dinosaurs landed on Legendary's head. Yeah, but like, how strong was that asteroid? Because like, asteroid impacts are powerful, but they're not like that strong. Like, it's not gonna be like a multi-continental impact from like an asteroid. Epic, that's the best one-liner ever. Just joined the stream. What exactly are you ranking here? How much you enjoyed making the parts or something else? How much I enjoyed them and just how well I think they turned out in general, like the writing, the editing, like I'm just ranking them based on how much I like the parts, and pretty much everything goes into that, like how much I like making them and so on. Could the rumbling destroy the world in Legendary Godzilla's verse? Probably not, because like you have all the titans there to like just... They're not gonna take the rumbling, like, when... They're just gonna like destroy all the titans probably. Aaron's eventually gonna get found and bullied by some titan as well, so yeah. I think Godzilla himself could stop the rumbling. I actually watched a video on Godzilla versus the rumbling not too long ago. And like, yeah, if Godzilla figures out that he needs to go for Aaron's main body, he's definitely winning that pretty easily. Alright, then, for part 4, this is the one where, like, Genos and Saitama are mad at Boros, and then, Boros is forced to become a hero by them. And he gets the hero suit, he has to go study with Genos while Saitama's, like, looming over him menacingly. I would honestly love to write, like, a mini scene of Genos trying to teach Boros, like, math or grammar, while Saitama's just, like, looming over the two of them, and like, Boros is just, like, sitting at a table with a pencil in his hand. I would honestly love to do that. By the way, I also think this what if, but the thing I change is that Boros can turn back into his unreleased form. He needed his suit because he felt naked, so they go find his suit. Technically, like, we don't know too much about the unreleased state. We just know that it's like the state he had right after like bursting out of his armor and then he powered up. So like maybe it's an actual base state, but for this, what if I just went with like released Boros being the base state of Boros? I think it's funnier as an image just to see like released Boros living in a normal human apartment. Goji Center, yeah, I think that's the YouTuber that did the Godzilla thing. More Godzilla scaling, B tier, that would be fun. I would love a moment where Saitama is looking for a new apartment that's cheap while we cut to an insane battle. Honestly, like, that might be something that happens at some point. That might be something I do in part 15, actually. Boros wedding. Shin Godzilla vs. Phoenix Man Infinite Evolution and Revivals. Depends on how insane you think Shin Godzilla's evolutions are, because like at some point it was like theorized or like dropped concepts that it would become like the universe itself or something like that. So like, if it evolves to the point that it's like intelligent and strong enough to just sort of contain Phoenix Man and not kill him, like seal him away on some like Naruto style like sealing jutsu or something, then Shin probably wins. Boros' armored form is like Frieza first form suppression to base form. Yeah, it could be something like that. Your Hokage Kushina versus your Sage Mode Hokage Naruto. From the Naruto, if it's like just Sage Mode Hokage Naruto, then Kushina would definitely win because she has the chains that can like blitz and like restrain the full Nine Tails. But if it's like full power Naruto with KCM2 Sage Mode, who's like way stronger than he was in the original as well, then yeah, Naruto would win against Kushina. I still need to continue those what ifs, it's just like, I'm just having like trouble figuring out exactly how I feel about the series and what I want to do with those characters. That Boros line of him comparing his ultimate move and him comparing Orochigai Cannon was nice. Yeah, thank you. I'm not finished yet with part 13 because it's long, but I'm not angry. Yeah, it is a long part, but I feel like that's part of what makes it special, sort of. Alright then, next up is gonna be part 5. This one is where Boros goes to like the hero exam, becomes an S-class hero, and then fights Rover and tames him. And also like Garo has like a scene at the end where he like fights a bunch of heroes. I'll say it's like top of C tier, because the banter between like Boros fighting Rover and then Fubuki just freaking out on the sidelines, it's pretty fun. But overall I'd say it's like a solid C tier for me. In terms of editing too, I don't do anything crazy until we get to like part 9 and like these later parts. Then I start using more like clips and stuff like that. So I feel like it's probably like a high C tier. Who would win between All Might and Darkshine? I don't know too much about All Might, but I know that like from highballs he like can be scaled up to like a bunch of times faster than Light and like large country, mountain level, things like that. So if he's like country level, then I could see him winning against Darkshine, because the lower tier heroes in One Punch Man are sort of hard to scale in terms of attack potency. Nine Tails versus Legendary Godzilla. The Nine Tails, from what I know, probably wins. Especially if you take the databook statements into account, because there's like 2 statements that he can like turn the world to ash and like destroy the entire like world. So like if you think the Nine Tails is planetary, then the Nine Tails for sure. Still waiting for Cooler Raising Kakarot. Yeah, I need to get to that one too. I want to finish this current arc of the Boros What If and then like take a break from this and move to other What Ifs and like other videos I want to do. Like not just What Ifs. Hopefully Firestorm Phoenix Man doesn't become mindless because he looks wild and monstrous. I'll say this right now, he's not gonna become mindless because I feel like that would be kind of a cheap like way to get Phoenix Man out, just to like destroy his personality, just leave him like a mindless monster. So he's not gonna be like a mindless monster. He still has his personality. A tier for part C, like for part 5. I'd say that's a little high. I think like his bottom of B or C, or like high C. I love you made Boros think that King is super strong. Bro, I am like a fan of King. Like, don't expect him to get exposed anytime soon, bro. I'm gonna do everything in my power. I'm giving him plot armor. It's my series, I can do whatever I want. I'm giving him like so much plot armor. Rover saved Goketsu from Saitama's wrath. Yeah. Honestly, like that, I'll talk about that more when I get to part 13. Part 6, I feel like it's bottom of C. It's fun. It's following like Garo's perspective. But I feel like the fights themselves, like the fight with the 3 disciples is fine, but it's not anything special. The editing especially isn't anything special. And then the Child Emperor part I feel like takes too little time, because like it's very short. I feel like I should have given it more time to like actually go down. So it does have my first screams though, because I did scream my lungs out with Garo like declaring that he's like not gonna die here. Can Big God digest Orochi in a day? Probably. If Orochi doesn't fight back and just like lays still while just King just like devours him, yeah, probably. By the way, I'm still wondering who kidnapped all the animals. I hope you don't forget that. Oh, I won't. I will not. The setup, I'm so excited to like pay that off, because it's like it's been spanning through so many parts now. By the way, by the end of this arc, there's gonna be a scene where it's revealed pretty much fully who is responsible for those disappearances. I want to make it into like a horror scene, but at the same time I don't want to go too hard because like I don't want to make it like super disturbing. But you know, expect something like, expect a pretty big scene, pretty big reveal. Ryuk versus Saitama. I've seen a guy who claims that Saitama one-shots him on YouTube. I mean, I don't know Death Note scaling very well. I just know like the Death Note's abilities. Saitama does have some level of resistance to like various hacks and stuff like that, so you know, maybe he could survive the Death Note. Ryuk himself doesn't really have any feats, so I don't know where he scales. Kanyano ironically is one of the strongest characters. His power is just sheer insane luck. Yeah, he has like just reality warping luck. Can the people who know King's true power defeat him? Maybe. We don't really know. Super Perfect Cell versus Blast. Oh god, Blast scaling is so inconsistent. Like, he has one fight, and in that one fight he already like has just such inconsistent speed and power scaling. It's actually kind of wild. I'll say that Cell, if you think he's just solar system level, then he probably loses. But if you think he's like actually insanely strong because of the whole like guidebook statement that he has where like solar systems in Dragon Ball are actually like galactic nebulas and stuff, then I think it's actually a pretty decent debate. Depends on who you think is faster, who has the better calcs. Can you tell me all the arcs in this What If? Technically, so far, there's only really been like one big arc. You could say two. The one I would call like the initiation arc, where it's like the first three parts, Boros becoming good and then fighting the cadres and finishing with like the huge battle royale and him meeting God. Then the next arc I would call the Hero Boros arc, where it's Boros being a hero and it's still ongoing. So those are like the two arcs for now. Part 13 is goated. Yeah, we'll get there. We should move to the next part. Then part 7 is gonna be D tier. Not much really happens. It's Boros talking to the heroes, and then Phoenix Man like trying to talk to what's his name, Garo, and then just sort of getting bullied by him, and then just resurrecting and bullying him back. It's decent. Boros talking to the heroes is pretty fun, but overall it's not that good. Even the thumbnail I don't really like. I might go back and change it at some point. Tank Top versus God and Saitama. Tank Top no difficulty. The third arc, the Garo monsterification arc. Garo's gonna have a big role, but it's not gonna be called that, I'll say. Then part 8 is gonna be the first A tier for me, because it was very fun to do for me personally. You have, first of all, the whole section of like Boros training Rover and then Boros being used as like a human battery, which I think is pretty funny. And then Boros sort of like meeting Tatsumaki. Well, first of all, Tatsumaki in the hospital was fun to write, because it's like Fubuki for the first time informs Tatsumaki of Boros' existence as a hero. And then the way she freaks out, I really enjoy doing that. I enjoy doing the voice acting for it too, even though like I had to voice a female. Like it's kind of not a good voice, but I like doing the whole like rage moments with like Tatsumaki, where she's like, "What did you say? Like, give me his location right now." You know, I kind of like doing that. And then Boros meeting Tatsumaki, that whole like awkwardness going on, where it's like neither one knows what to say because they're both afraid of each other. I feel like that's pretty fun. Boros makes friends. Adamantium S needs to be a thing. Is adamantium a real metal? Or like a real substance in general? Because I feel like it's not. I feel like it's just entirely like fictional, right? What if King was real deal, like he was the real strongest human, but wants to live a quiet life? That's actually one thing that I really want to do, like a one-shot about what if King was actually the strongest man on Earth. That would be really fun. By the way, you have a nice woman voice. I like your Tatsumaki voice acting. I guess thanks for the compliment. I mean, I try. I try. King beats Saitama. Every parts that includes Tatsumaki should have at least A. Well, these parts don't really include Tatsumaki, so yeah, they're not A tier. We'll get to those later. Part 9S. Yeah, part 9 easy S, for sure. We can talk about that after I read the next couple messages here in chat. No, it's not, it's fictional, yeah. So I feel like naming Platinum S, like, if he gets another form at any point, naming it Adamantium S would kind of be, like, sort of weird, because it's like a non-existent material in the One Punch Man world. Titanium, on the other hand. Bro, Diamond S, Titanium S, you know. We'll see what's going on with S at some point. Alright, let's talk about Part 9 for a bit. So, Part 9, I'm conflicted on if it's above or below Part 3, personally. Because I enjoyed Part 9 a ton. Like, the whole Evil Ocean Water thing. Tatsumaki, I had to sort of find a way to nerf her for the story to work, so I just said that she's, like, not fully recovered and she has to keep defending the Hero HQ. Boros is also nerfed because he's in the armor, he doesn't want to be seen. Then the whole battle was really fun to ride Boros interacting with the heroes, and then Darkshine with Rover, I really like that. Where it's like Rover like licks Darkshine in a friendly manner. It's like the last thing Darkshine would ever expect from a monster. I really liked writing that. And then you have the whole thing with Fubuki like finally helping Tatsumaki, Tatsumaki accepting Fubuki's help. You have Boros revealing himself to Tatsumaki and to all the heroes, and it's like the first time in a long time he's able to go like all out to like kill something. He's not happy, he's actually like frustrated and like he doesn't feel any happiness despite having like an actual opponent to like do like a serious move against. I really like all those character moments. I really like this part in general. Is it better than part 3? I'm conflicted about that because it's like they're really close to me. Current manga, Genos versus Goketsu. How long will the battle last? However many seconds Genos takes to go into his 10-second mode, because after that it's done. 10-second Genos would just like a one-shot Goketsu, no problem. But if it's like base Genos, like base Daejuk Genos, then I could see it lasting a while. I think Goketsu might have that one then. Titanium is weaker than steel. Steel Platinum S. Could a Cosmic Tatsumaki damage or even beat Saitama? So the thing is, Garo was like entirely in his human form when he got cosmified, I guess, when he got the God boost. So like you could argue that he might be weaker than even like Spiral Garo was. And Tatsumaki is like so many levels above that. If you think the God boost is a multiplier, not an addition, then I would say there's like actually a real chance that Tatsumaki could do something to Saitama. If you believe that Garo ever at any point did any damage to Saitama in the cosmic form. Diamond S, question mark, Alloyed S. I'm just giving examples of like, if there's any form of S, it's gonna be like a new material, I guess. Satoru, do you think that crazy cyborg was destroyed by Saitama like he suggested in one of the newest chapters to Genos? No, I don't think so, because he's been hyped up too much to like not be a thing. Well, actually no, he's been mentioned like once in the entire series or like 2-3 times, so you know, he hasn't been hyped up, but I don't feel like it's gonna go away, because like the fans really like the Mad Cyborg and have many theories on him, so yeah. In my opinion, Boros destroying his armor is peak in chapter 9. Yeah, I really like that. Tungsten S. I loved part 9 to bits. I like hearing part 9 like love, because I love this part so much. Also in this What If Seeking have some sort of... Also in this What If Seeking have some sort of MC have a rival that is... Could you write that comment again, because I don't really understand. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Why is Boros pink in part 11? Because I just found this render, and released Boros doesn't really have many calm renders. So I just used this for Boros, where he's like sort of looking down, like questioning everything. Genos has a new form. Oh wait, yeah, current manga Genos. Yeah, if current manga Genos is like stronger than Daedric Genos was, then for sure he's winning against Gyoketsu. Part 9 is definitely my favorite, the writing was amazing. Yeah, I would say, I'm gonna put part 9 above part 3, because like, I like part 3, I was really hyped when I was making it, but part 9 is just so much fun for me. I think it's way better written than part 9 was, or part 3 was. Madam threat level in One Punch Man. I don't do much Hunter x Hunter, like, cross-verse scaling, you know, scaling to other verses, or like other series. I would say it's like, probably Demon, maybe Tiger, depending on how you scale One Punch Man speed. Like if you subscribe to the whole Lightspeed, early series, Genos, and like Awakened Cockroach, stuff like that. But if you don't, then Meruem is like a demon, I think. Diamond S versus Evil Natural Water. I don't know. Diamond S is not a thing. I love Boros' human design, by the way. Yeah, the sad thing about that is that it's actually AI generated. I actually like stumbled on it sort of by accident with an AI generator. Like I was messing around with AI and then I just sort of stumbled on it by absolute accident way before I actually thought of making Boros a human in the series. Like Boros have a human disguise. So like it came about from like me wanting to use that design to some extent. People say Boros is a monsterized alien, that's why he's stronger than the rest of his race. I've heard Jonin say that, or Zonin. I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but like the big One Punch Man YouTuber. Personally, I don't really like that, because I like to think that Boros is like separate from God. But where the manga is right now, they're making everything connected to God, so I would say probably he's still gonna be like connected to God in some way. Which I don't want to be the case. I want Boros to be his standalone thing. Well, human, his disguise. Well, yeah. Luffy threat level? I haven't read One Piece. I've seen only the first 50 chapters. Yeah, I only watched East Blue. Why not call the ultimate form of Black Ass a true Black Ass? Maybe that's a good name. I don't want to talk about Platinum as much, because, like, I have plans for him. I have big plans for him, I'll say that. Gojo threat level? I don't scale JJK either. I really only scale a few series, others I just want to enjoy without getting into power scaling. Tank Top Master versus Boros? If Tank Top Master can master the power of the Tank Top, if he can truly become the master of the tank top, then I think he probably beats Boros. Alright then, part 10. This one is where Boros first talks to the S-Class heroes. Tatsumaki tells him to dip because King is gonna get there at some point and she doesn't want him to die. And she thinks King beat him, so, you know, that's pretty funny. Then the heroes discussing what to do with Boros. I feel like that section drags on a little bit because I did a pretty big recap, but at the same time I feel like it's kind of important to just establish how much the Hero Association knows about Boros, because obviously they don't know everything, so I felt like it was kind of important in just giving a basic rundown, like outside of a scene. I don't know, like it didn't really sit right with me, so it made it into a whole scene, which kind of drags the story a bit. But then the thing with Phoenix Man at the end, where he like fights Bang and Atomic's group, that's pretty good. I'd say B tier. I really enjoyed the scene where like Bang and Bomb do the Crossfang like Dragon Slayer fist, or like not that one. The Whirlwind Whirlwind Water Stream like Roaring or Skyripping fist. That's the name. I really liked voicing that. I always like doing voices where I get to like layer multiple voices on top of each other, like with Platinum S as well. I really like that. I'd say it's like probably like mid B tier for me, below Orochi fight, but above the hero stuff for the Boros. The one like the part where he becomes a hero. He's probably just a really strong alien. Yeah, I would want that to be the case. Black Hole S. He ate Tatsumaki and now he has godly psychic abilities. God damn. Oh damn, reminiscing on past glories, are we? Yeah, just ranking them, because I feel like talking about this what if. I really enjoy making it. So. I haven't really talked about it, like, in depth ever, so... Because I have ranked other what-ifs in the past. I have ranked my Naruto what-ifs before. I don't know if the video is still, like, up or not. But I haven't really talked about this series yet. Imagine a fight between Big God and Black Ass. I mean, I imagine you said Pig God, so... Yeah, it's probably... It wouldn't end well for Pig God, I think. Like, he could eat a bunch of Black Ass, but at some point he would just get overwhelmed, I think. Saitama versus Busaga Goku. I'm not trying to get into that, but I'll say this: if you think that Saitama scales to the Serious Punch squared feat, and he's like multi-galaxy based on some highball calcs, then I feel like he wins against Goku. Unless you scale Goku to like a tiny portion of Buhan's power, who can like rip apart dimensions and stuff like that. Because Buhan might actually scale to like low universal, and the Dragon Ball universes are crazy large, so like... And the Busaga scaling is complicated, okay? The Busaga is annoying to scale. I was just in a gas station worse than Disney World and how crazy it was. Okay. I can't really say much about that, but I hope it wasn't too crazy. He actually ate Sairochi, he's really tall. Do you mean like Platinum S or Pig God? Or what? Like in the What If or in the actual like series of One Punch Man? How strong do you think Boros would be if he got God's power instead of Garo? I mean, if the God power is just an addition of power, then he'd just be like twice as strong as he was before, in my opinion, because I think like Meteoric Burst is like on par with the initial Cosmic Garo, personally. But then if you think it's a multiplier, then he would just be like a crazy, ridiculous, like... just like... honestly, just instant God level threat right off the bat. Because Garo was just a human when he went into the whole cosmic form, and he was likely weaker than even Spiral Garo. So imagine how big the gap between Meteoric Burst Boros and Spiral Garo is. And then, like, Garo went from that, like, from his Spiral self to probably, like, below his Spiral self to, like, Meteoric Burst level with that single boost. Imagine what kind of insane multiplier Boros would get. Like, I think he might actually low-key beat Saitama if he went there. But, you know, that's controversial. I'm totally fine with people who don't agree with that, by the way, because, like, the Boros scaling, I'm a Boros fanboy. I definitely give him some generosity when it comes to scaling. Part 11 is amazing. Part 11 S tier. Yeah, we can talk about Part 11 soon. Personally, I really like Platinum S. He reminded me of Cell, so I'm glad he's gonna return, and probably Guns Blazing as well. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. I smile every single time anybody brings up Platinum S. I'm just gonna say you're gonna get your fill of Platinum S in the future, for sure. What's your opinion on Boruto? I really liked it up until the part where Kishimoto took over the manga. Because after that, I feel like it's been super downhill with Daemon, and Ada was funny at first, and now I don't like her as much as before. Daemon is actually my least favorite character in all of fiction. But before that, before the whole Kishimoto taking over thing, when Ishiki, Jigen, Karo was a thing, like, I liked it actually. I think it was like a solid B tier anime. Well, not the anime, like... I think it was solid B tier when the anime was adapting the manga. That's the thing, because the manga has like very bad artwork but decent story. The anime has a bunch of trash filler stories. So like the parts where the anime is adapting the manga, I feel like are pretty good. Where part 15, you sent a picture. In Discord, I sent like a little tease of part 15, like what the outline of the thumbnail is gonna be. I don't really want to go too in depth into that. But if you want, I can put up the outline for part 15 on screen at some point in the stream. If you want. Boros vs Ishiki, that's a good topic. I'll say that's a pretty decent topic. I want to do like Boros versus a bunch of Naruto top tiers. Mainly Boros versus Madara. Like, that's one I really want to do at some point. But Ishiki is, like, also a pretty debatable matchup. Cosmic Boros truly becomes the dominator of the universe, can control all energy in the universe. Yeah, it would be crazy. Top 5 waifu? Oh, God. In One Punch Man, or, like, any anime in general? I need clarification. I feel like things like beams are weaker in the One Punch Man world, but physical prowess might be on par when talking DBZ and One Punch Man. It's debatable, I'll say that. It depends on what arcs you use, what lines of scaling you use, because like Saitama to this day can get scaled for like from like large star or like just star level to like multi-galaxy, depending on if you think he scales to the whole Serious Punch squared thing. Cause like it's a complicated topic, because the punch is literally called like the Serious Punch squared. The name of the chapter is also like power squared. So you get this feeling that it should be like the power multiplied by itself, but then at the same time they both, like Garo and Saitama, survive being hit with that. Like they survive the energy that comes out from that squared punch. So like, do they scale to it? Do they not? It's like a complicated thing. You're gonna get your fill of platinum S out of context Satori quotes when you remember what the S is for. Oh my god. Bro, yeah. Oh god. Oh god. Bro, this reminds me, in Discord, there's like someone who posted a bunch of memes with Platinum S and like edits where he's like, you know, where he has that pose when he just powers up and he like gets this, he like stands in a weird position and it looks like he's thrusting his hips, and then someone made an edit of him standing in front of the collapsing star roaring cannon instead of Boros, and it's like ultimate move, serious thrust or whatever. Someone made a meme with that. Saitama probably has to increase way more stronger in the fight against Cosmic Boros instead of Garo. Yeah, for sure. Ram didn't take One Punch Man, he needs more powerful females. Yeah, I would say it does, because like, we have Tatsumaki, who is like extremely powerful, but then after that, the next strongest female is like what? I guess Psycho. Psycho's is strong too. But then from past that, there's not really anybody left. There's like Fubuki, there's that swordsman girl that we see. Who else? Like, what other like strong female characters are there in One Punch Man? I don't really know. God boosted Boros should be called Universal Fear Boros. Maybe. That would sound badass. If Phoenix Man and S meet again, I want them to say something like, "Hey, I got a new form. Me too, my man." I can't exactly say whether they will meet or not, because I don't want to spoil whether Phoenix Man survives or not. Like, that's the thing, like, if he's gonna survive or not, I don't want to say. I don't want to say if Platinum S is ever gonna interfere in anything that's going on in this arc or not, so I'm just gonna say, like, they might meet, they might not meet. I don't want to say too much. Annie. Isamine, let's like top 5 waifu Annie. I'm honestly not sure. I would have to think about that. Mizuki isn't a waifu, I can't believe I'm actually shipping her and Gear Spear. Mizuki is like an interesting character. I would like if she did more stuff though. Mizuki and Gear Spear is like, that could be a cute couple. Satori is dieting. I wouldn't say I'm dieting, I just banned myself from eating pizza. Could you link their Discord in the chat? Yeah, alright, I can do that. I can link the Discord, give me a moment. Alright, that's the link to the server. Or at least it should be, I hope it works. Oh god, the serious thrust. If Black S entered Cyrochi would oh god. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Blast Cosmic Girlfriend versus Tatsumaki. We don't know enough about her yet. She could just be like the brains of the operation, or she could be like the powerhouse of the group. We just don't know. That girl on Blast team might be powerful. Yeah, she might be. She might be like just the brains, or she might be like a huge powerhouse. We just don't know yet. Plasmas and Psychos be doing stuff in the background, if you know what I mean. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, dying. Oh. Okay. I read it as dieting. Mizuki X Gear Spear equals Amazon X Twink. I don't really know what that means. Black S, Black Frieza, Golden S, Golden Frieza. Do you think there will be a Platinum Frieza and White S? I don't know, maybe. Maybe there will be. Alright, then, moving on. Let's continue the ranking. Part 11. It's either low S tier or high A tier for me, because I really liked their interactions in the story and what I was able to do with them. Boros, it was kind of hard to not make it like a full-on monologue from Boros, because like, originally, I wanted to release that part a bit earlier, but I wasn't happy with the script because Boros was just straight up monologuing, and Tatsumaki wasn't really saying that much in between. And there's still some of that going on in the part, but I feel like I included enough of Tatsumaki, like in the conversation. Especially with her inner monologues about like how she can kind of relate to Boros because she's like also too strong. So like, what if she didn't have people to protect? What if she didn't like, what if she wasn't raised to like be the way she was in the actual story? Like, could she maybe have ended up like Boros? I feel like that's a pretty fun thought experiment. And yeah, I would say that it's solid writing. I don't know if it's S tier or high A tier. Honestly, I think I'll do a poll. I think I can do a poll. Yeah, I can. Well, let me do a poll. Sorry for the typing noises, by the way. I'm conflicted on this one, so I'll let you decide. So part 11, S tier or A tier? I really like it, so I feel like it could be pretty good in either one of the tiers. Alright then, chat is tired. Okay, I have a question. Is Platinum S also resistant to psychic attacks like Garo and Saitama? I mean, he kinda was in the webcomic. In the webcomic, from what I know, Tatsumaki was like extremely fatigued when she was trying to bind him. So I wouldn't say he's like entirely resistant. Garo also said he was like adapting to the Esper ability, so you know, maybe he has resistance or maybe he was just physically starting to overpower it. We don't really know too much about that. Did Sonic die after Phoenix Man transformed into fire form? No, he did not. He and Garo went flying to another city. I'll mention that in the next part. They're basically just like entirely out of the battle for the time being. At the moment. They might return, they might not. Who knows? Low S, I've rewatched it more times than I'd like to mention. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it so much. I really enjoy doing it. And Platinum S episode S tier credible. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like the best one. So well, not the best one, just one of the best ones so far. I love the therapist moment. Do you think Dr. Beaufoy will bring back Boros because he has his DNA? Maybe, but I would actually like him not to bring back Boros. I want Boros to sort of remain dead. I don't really want to go into my reasons why right now. I've ranted on it on Discord a little bit. I don't really like the direction where the series went recently. Well, I do, but it's like, I think there are some questionable writing decisions that have been made. So, for now, I'll just say, like, I don't want Boros to come back. I love the therapist moment. Low S tier, low S, low S. Everybody's saying low S. The poll is also mostly in the S tier favor. So I think I can end the poll. 73% in favor of it being S tier. So yeah, we can put it in low S tier. Do you think Sonic will become good? In the actual series, I don't want to say too much, because like I know some stuff that happens in the webcomic. I'll just say that's possible. It's definitely possible. Because his entire motivation right now is just like to kill Saitama in the manga, so yeah. I'd say he's not really that, like... He's evil, but he's evil just to like defeat Saitama. Like he doesn't have goals of like conquering the world or anything. Still find it crazy how he managed to give us genocidal crazy alien character development to make him good while making it make sense. Thank you. I sort of based it off of Vegeta to some extent from Dragon Ball, because like he's also sort of the same archetype. But at the same time, I wanted to give Boros his own flair, where it's like emphasize the fact that he just did not feel any emotions at all for like so long now, that his life was just like completely empty, and he just now he's starting to realize just how truly empty it was in comparison to where it is now. Because like he knows it was bad before, he's always known that he was living like a boring life, but now he's just like really realizing like how screwed up his situation was, and how he screwed up, like how he was mentally screwed up. And now he's like starting to appreciate what he has now more because of like him realizing that he had it like super bad beforehand. So I really do like it. I like writing Boros in this series. Team Rocket blasting off again. Yeah, that's basically Garo and Sonic in the last part. Sairochi is the androgen, which is divine in many occult systems, emetics, and alchemy. You mean like the shape of it? Because like I've seen some comparisons. Who is the superior psychic sister? In terms of power, definitely Tatsumaki. In terms of personality and like how emotionally strong they are, kind of hard to say, because like Fubuki's right now, she's actually like gotten a lot of character development. She's really determined and really growing in terms of like mental strength. But then she also, like Tatsumaki is also extremely determined and stuff like that, so like they're pretty comparable in terms of like mental toughness, I'd say. Did Sonic die? No, he did not. I love when Sonic says Saitama. Yo, I loved recording that because I feel like it's the only line that actually was like sounds like Sonic with my voice. Because I feel like the other times I voice him, it doesn't sound like Sonic, but that one line I could actually imagine coming from the English dub or like even the Japanese dub. Him just screaming Saitama. Madara versus S-Class except Blast and King. If it's Edo Madara, then it depends on where you scale his speed. Because speed scaling is always the most toxic part of any anime. I will say, if you interpret both series and like their higher ends in terms of speed, like you say that like KCM Naruto is light speed, and you say like the Raikage is light speed, and then you say like early series Genos is light speed and stuff like that, then I feel like some S-Class could still have like a speed advantage over Madara, but Madara does have a good AP advantage, like attack potency advantage. I don't really see anyone breaking through the perfect Susanoo, except for Tatsumaki actually. Tatsumaki would wreck Madara as an Edo Tensei, but he couldn't really be killed by anybody. I guess Pig God could maybe digest him after Tatsumaki wrecks him. I don't know. Because if Tatsumaki was taken out of the equation, then I would say Madara. But since Tatsumaki is here, then I would say the S-Class probably, just because of her. And like with the others running around as sort of like distractions. But if we do like Jubi Madara, then I would say Madara definitely wins. Boros is basically a Saiyan anyway, so it works. Live Madara plus QB. Oh, okay. So plus QB depends on where you scale the QB, because like he could be scaled up to planetary. And if you think that like planetary QB is true, then you would also think Madara is planetary because Madara scales to the QB. If you think that's the case, then they could be stronger than Tatsumaki. But if you don't take the planetary Ninetales meta into account, then I would say Tatsumaki still probably wins, like high diff. Boros has elf ears. Yeah, but they're cool elf ears. Like, I would find it kind of weird if he had like human ears. Also, Boros actually has earrings, which like every time I notice that it trips me up a bit. Which is like, I've noticed it so many times now, but it's like every time I see the earrings, it still kind of trips me up, because it looks good, but you just wouldn't think that Boros, of all people, would be wearing earrings. Sonic and Gar are sitting in a crater somewhere, questioning their life choices. Yeah. Nappa versus Boros, Infinite Entertainment, both. Well, Boros I do feel would defeat Nappa pretty handily. Personally, the way I scale them. Right then, let's move on to part 12. Part 12 I feel like is good, but it's not like A tier worthy, because you have Goketsu bullying Garo, and you have like the ninjas and the Phoenix Man facing off. The whole tension between them I think is pretty good. I'd say it's either like low B or high C. I'll give it low B because I think the editing is way better than anything in the C tier. Because, like, I feel like the editing really picks up during, like, parts 3, then parts 12 and 8 and 9 and, like, those parts. Top of the S-class is approaching continent. Madara's Shiraipi is comparable, but Naruto hacks with the dojutsus make it a nightmare to compare him to characters from different shows. Yeah, that's the thing, like, if you think their, like, speed and attack potency are comparable, Madara can just make 25 clones, which can all use Susanoo, and he has, like, illusions and genjutsu and, like, soul absorption, energy absorption, like, he just has so much. He has precog as well, like, wood style, which can suppress energy, or it suppresses chakra, but, like, if we're equating the verses to each other, if he, like, binds Tatsumaki at any point, he could, like, drain her energy. So, it's really... It's really something. Like, Madara's hacks are insane. Naruto hacks in general. KCM Minato versus Flashy. Again, depends on the speed scaling. I really find it annoying to scale the speed of One Punch Man and Naruto. I'll say if you take high-end interpretations of both, then they would have decently comparable speed. They would both have, like, massively faster than light speeds. If you take, like, raw calculations for Naruto, you could actually get Minato to, like, hundreds of times FTL based off of some, like, calculations of Naruto blitzing the Raikage, which is, like, 72 times FTL, and then Minato would scale way above that. But the thing is, like, I don't think that's consistent narratively. I feel like Minato would just be, like, way stronger physically, though, because of the Ninetales. Because he would have the Ninetales chakra around him, and KCM2 Naruto with just his base chakra could, like, knock away 5 Bijou bombs. Which, depending on where you scale them, can be scaled to, like, country level, to, like, multi-continental, like, whatever calc you use. So it's kind of difficult to say, but I would lean toward Minato in that one. Fun fact, Boros was supposed to have a 4 form, but the idea was scratched. Yeah, you know, I've seen the artwork as well of, like, Murata. But the thing is, it wouldn't really make sense. Like, Meteoric Burst is already pushing his limits. I don't really think the 4th form was necessary at all. Part 12 Goketsu hype, I'm here for it. Yeah, Goketsu is good. I like Goketsu. I like writing for him. He's fun to do. I love his voice, bro. Like, I love doing his voice. Boros, the next fashion star. Genos is pretty strong if you scale him above Orochi, who did a small planetary feat. Yeah, it's like with the 10-second mode, which I'm curious about, like, is this new Genos just stronger than the 10-second mode he had before or not? That's gonna be interesting to see. Boros might like jewelry and riches given how he was a throne in jewelry. Yeah. I imagine Boros going shopping for earrings. Gotta respect Sonic for chasing Saitama after everything happened. Yeah. Sonic is persistent, definitely give him that. Mike Tyson versus Moomin Rider depends on how serious you think Deep Seeking was when he hit Moomin Rider. Because if you think Moomin Rider tanked like even a single percentage of Deep Seeking's punch, then he would wreck Mike Tyson. I know nothing about Naruto in comparison to Dragon Ball. To me, it's something Ninja Jesus go burr. Yeah, I can imagine. Man, of all the hyper-masculine characters in... Man, all of the hyper-masculine characters in my story have jewelry. Most of them are royalty or Egyptian-inspired, so it checks out. All of them are also shirtless, so there's that. Yeah, like, masculine characters can have jewelry. I'm not saying anything, like, against that. It's just like Boros wearing earrings. It's, like, sort of unexpected to me every time I see it, despite me knowing that he's wearing earrings, because, like, I don't really even know why. It's just, like, something I wouldn't expect this alien to be doing. Because, like, you look at Boros, he has, like, these shark teeth and, like, the single eye lightning running through his body. So, like, it looks cool. Like, I'm not saying anything against it. It's just, like, I wouldn't expect him to be wearing earrings the first time I see him. Are the cities that are getting destroyed in the manga remain destroyed, or are they recovering? I mean, watching the recent webcomic chapters, it's not too long after all the cities are destroyed. I don't know the webcomic stuff too well, but I would assume, like, some of them probably are getting reconstructed. Like, maybe. I feel like City Z is, like, the one that wouldn't be touched at all because it's already abandoned. But at the same time, City Z was, like, the only one that got destroyed in the manga. Like, really... Sorry. Really heavily destroyed, I mean. Do you believe that Saitama has the ability in which he becomes resistant to things after he faces them? Like, he was able to breathe in space and he wasn't able to see God's feet? I mean, it's possible. I don't really want to get too much into the Saitama stuff, because, like, you can make arguments that he's, like, a gag who, like, can resist everything. And you can make arguments that he's just removed a limiter so he can do stuff that other human, like, beings in general couldn't really do. And, like, resist these, like, weird portals and illusions and, like, dimensions, like, mental realms from Phoenix Man. I would say he has all sorts of Hex resistances. Like, that's definitely a possibility. I don't really care too much, though, because honestly, I don't really compare, like, verses to each other anymore. I answer questions when I get them, but it's like, I just think there are so many interpretations and different scalings for, like, every single fictional verse ever. Especially anime, where there are a bunch of contradictions as well between, like, chapters and stuff. I feel like it's just not very fun for me anymore. I do still want to do some matchups, like I said, like Boros versus Madara is one that I really want to do. But overall, I don't really scale them too much. So, yeah. I really hate speed scaling, it feels incredibly inconsistent. Yeah, for sure. One Piece light speed scaling is the worst with this. I don't really know One Piece scaling, so I can't really say. Have you read Berserk? A friend of mine says it's 1,000 times better than One Punch Man. I have not read Berserk, but I know that it's, like, extremely well respected by everybody who has ever read it. Like, I have never heard a single negative comment about Berserk, except for, like, the anime that was made, which was, like, really poorly made, I hear. But, like, the manga itself, I know that it has, like, god tier, like, artwork, and then it has, like, extremely good writing from what I hear. Berserk is peak, Berserk is incredible. Even better artwork than One Punch Man, got your story. Yeah, I feel like I need to read it at some point. I definitely do. And I can get into Berserk, it's just not for me. Yeah, that's also fair, because Berserk is very gory from what I know. It's like into that whole darkness aesthetic. Zoro from One Piece also wears earrings. I think so. I haven't seen One Piece in a long time, so I can't confirm. I know Tanjiro also wears earrings. Like, earrings are fine. I'm not saying anything against it. It's just like I wouldn't expect Boros to be wearing them. It's just that. But like, it makes sense in retrospect. Like, he's a conqueror. He's probably got a whole bunch of jewelry, like Chad said before. Who knows? Boros might have went through a jewelry phase. Earrings above dragon durability lasted till meteoric burst. Yeah. Bro, like Sairochi could launch an entire beam at them and they would just like tank it, I guess. Because they were tanking like Boros' energy coming off of him. What if Goku trained Goketsu? Oh god. If we give Goketsu like ki and have Goku train him up, then he would be the strongest character in One Punch Man. Except for maybe like Saitama and like the top tiers like God. Depends on what Goku too, you know. If it's like Super Goku and he gives Goketsu God Ki or something, then oof. Ooh. Alright, let's do the Christmas special now. This one I feel like the writing is decent. I really like the Santa Boros idea. The artwork that was made also by Chen Does What Ifs, like it's super good. He's also the one that originally pitched the idea of a Boros special. And then I wrote it out. I had like the Black Ass join the fray. I had Rover like towing the Christmas sleigh. I feel like it's really fun. And the battle with Krampus was really fun to write because I could just imagine him with all sorts of wacky abilities. But the thing is, it's not edited at all. And this was like during the time when my editor had just completely crashed, like the editing software that I have, and I just couldn't do anything with it anymore for like I don't really remember how long it was, but for like a while. And I was so like mad about that because I didn't know what to do. Like, I thought I would have to like learn a whole new editing software and that would be a pain. So like the enjoyment factor was very low with this one at the end because of the whole editing thing. But as a whole, like the story, I would say is like B or A tier. Like B or A, but then the part itself is like high C or B or... I'll place it at like near the top of the B tier. Like below Orochi versus Boros, but above the others I have in B tier. Yeah, I get that Berserk goes from 0 to 100 in a matter of panels. Yeah, I can imagine. Goku versus Bang, martial arts only. Probably Goku, because he's scaled to, like, so many, like, skillful martial artists over the years. He has god-tier predictions. He can, like, predict people skipping through time. He can do all sorts of things like that. Like, he has crazy martial arts. Especially with Ultra Instinct as well. Like, it could be a pretty good fight, but Goku is also extremely adaptable. Like, he might unironically just pick up the Rock Smashing Fist while he's fighting with Bang. So I would say Goku overall, probably. Since God is sealed in the moon, that means someone sealed him. Maybe, maybe not, we don't know yet. But it would make sense. King No Luck versus Average Man. Dude, King is a Chad. Have you seen the jawline? Like, I think he would win. But in all seriousness, like, I'm not too sure. We don't have many physical feats for King. He does, like, survive some stuff that normal humans probably couldn't. But, I don't know. I feel like if I was to face King in a fight, I might be able to pull out a W. Because, like, as far as we know, King doesn't work out or anything. He's just, like, a gamer. So, yeah, I think he's not too strong physically. What if Genos was trained by someone like else, like Drive Knight? Yeah, we don't know too much about Drive Knight, but that could be interesting. Someone be scaling. I'm sorry if I'm skipping through some matches just because there's a lot to get through. Berserk is pretty much peak fiction. It's bloody, but also a lot of nasty scenes, if you know what I mean. Oh, I've read Tokyo Ghoul. I'm familiar with nasty scenes. So, but yeah, I do want to read Berserk at some point. I think I missed the Christmas special one. If you ever have the time to like listen to it, then I would recommend it. And in terms of editing, it's not edited at all in terms of like visuals. So like when you're driving or on a bus, well, driving no actually, listening to headphones while driving probably not the best idea, but like if you're ever in a bus or like laying in bed, just like not sure what to do before sleep, like this might be a good story to put up. Like a bedtime story. I don't know how the next interaction between Saitama and Tatsumaki will be. It's most likely gonna happen in the Tsukuyomi arc, but would she acknowledge his strength next time they meet? I would say probably, because like she says that she'll like put him to the test again sometime when she feels like it. Because like, you have to remember Tatsumaki to some extent also has that narrative of being too strong for her own good. Because like, it's stated that she was like bored and she just, like outside of life or death battles, she hasn't really had time to just like let loose and go all out against someone in a friendly sparring match. So I feel like she definitely enjoyed fighting Saitama a lot. So I don't think she would undermine his strength going forward. Especially since she takes his words seriously about how he trained to become strong. And she like actually agrees to do that whole commercial thing in the manga. Because he says he was like, he started from zero, he couldn't even beat threat level wolves until he started training. And then she takes his words seriously and like takes them into consideration later on. So I would say she will acknowledge him. Would Garo and Boros fight in your future chapters, and who do you think might win? I won't say who wins, but I will say they will definitely have interactions with each other, and they will definitely fight each other. Like, what kind of story would this be if Garo didn't fight Boros? Like, come on. It has to happen at some point. Full power god above anti-spiral. We know nothing about God so far, pretty much. We know some stuff, but we don't know anywhere near enough to scale him to anything, really. Christmas is S tier. I feel like if it was fully edited and like fully completed, it could be like high A or low S. But I feel like it's the lack of editing that like pushes it to B tier, in my opinion. King might do CrossFit? Maybe. Chat overwhelmed Satori. Chat scales above my reaction speed and my comprehension speed. I feel like there's more lore to Saitama's strength than the 100 push-up sit-ups, because he was pretty strong before he trained. He defeated a tiger level threat, which should be an A-class level threat. Yeah, there might be something to him. He might have good genetics, he might have power from God, he might have like something else. We just don't know yet. Isn't King like super tall though? Height gives a massive strength advantage. He is tall, but is he like super tall? Like what's the official height of King? Actually, I don't really know. Cause like, I'll be the first person to tell you like being tall and being heavy is definitely a huge advantage in fights. So there's a big reason why like weight classes exist in something like the MMA and stuff like that. So yeah, that King is good, but it's like, is that height advantage enough to like overwhelm people? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It depends. We need What If King was the strongest human. Yeah, I'm planning to do that at some point. Like, what if King was actually strong? I think that would be really fun. King is 187 meters. Not that tall, actually. Yeah, it's tall, but like, he's not that much taller than me. Like, it's not a height advantage that would give him a huge edge over someone like me. Over someone like from Asia who's like shorter, maybe. But like, against like Europe, America, probably not that much of an edge. I skipped the Christmas chapter since it's not canon of a non-canon series. Well, I mean, yeah, but it's pretty fun to check out, I think. Alright then, part 13, we're finally getting here. It's definitely in the top 3. It's definitely in the top 3. Now, where do I think it ranks among the top 3? I think the moments in it are really good, like with Garo turning into Spiral Garo. And then my favorite moments are Sunblade Atomic Samurai and the final transformation of Phoenix Man. I really like both of those moments a lot. I enjoyed writing them, enjoyed editing them. The whole Inferno slash thing was fun to come up with. The whole transformation sequence was really fun to do. And the battles are good, Haragiri vs Nichirin and stuff like that. The editing is also way better than anything before it, aside from maybe part 9. But the thing is, overall, it's not as exciting as part 3, and it doesn't quite hit the the heights in terms of like emotions that part 9 reaches. So, I'd say it's good, but is it like... Is it that good? Like, what do you guys think? And here I am, man, at 5.5. It's all good, like, height isn't all that matters. Speak American. Boros X Tatsumaki, no. I'm never making Boros X Tatsumaki a canon in my story. Definitely not. 510 here. Yeah, that looks good. Part 13, best moment, Saitama entry and exit. I mean, maybe, but I feel like the Saitama moment was fun to write. Also, I really enjoyed, like, making it an actual fight, like with Bang versus Goketsu, because I do think that Bang with the Awakening Breath would definitely wreck Goketsu. So by making Garo like land a surprise cheap shot on him and just prevent him from using the Awakening Breath for the rest of the battle, I feel like is a pretty good decision on my part. Not to like hype myself up or anything, but just like, I think I found a decent way to make it an actual battle with actual stakes. Especially with Phoenix Man, like, sort of wrecking Atomic. So, I feel like it's good, but is it better than the other two? I'm not too sure. Part 14 is D because it isn't out yet. I'll talk about part 14 a little bit later. Mid-S. Boros and Tatsumaki both changed because of Saitama. It's S, but considering it was sort of just a build-up for the next part, it should stay where it is. I mean, it's not just a build-up, but yeah, it kind of is build-up. It's like part of the big battle, though. So, I would say it's gonna be, yeah, it can remain here, like, mid-S tier. I'm fine with that. Agreed. What do you think about Black S and Rover? Are they on the ally side now in the manga, or is Black S still cooking something up? Black S did say that he was like gonna build up more cells from eating protein in the manga. So I think that he's still up to something, but I feel like he might change over time. Like, who knows? Goketsu appears IRL, Weddington Giants. I don't know Weddington. I don't know what that is actually. Part 14 should be question mark for unknown. Yeah, we can... I'll say part 14. Like, I'm confident that it's gonna be either top of A or like low S tier. But then part 15 is gonna be like high S tier, I feel. Because part 14 is gonna be like a... I don't want to spoil too much, but it's gonna be a lot of action. And then part 15 is gonna be like just a different beast entirely. So, yeah. I can say like... We can just add a row below the S tier and just label it question mark. I pressed a bunch of buttons. It can go into question mark. Plot twist: Goketsu is a Nephilim. I don't know what that is too. Part 13 was the best of all in terms of planning and story and battle script. Yeah, I feel like it's good. I feel like it's really good, but it just doesn't quite reach the heights that these two reach, in my opinion. But I still really enjoyed making it. It was an absolute pain to edit though, cause like, goddamn, like an hour-long video. I spent several days literally just like waking up, eating breakfast, editing, going for a walk with my dog, editing, going for a walk with my dog, editing, going to sleep. Like, it was actually just like, it was very enjoyable, but also very tiring. Mob versus Tots. I don't know what Mob scales to. I tried to pick up Mob Psycho. I watched the first 2 episodes and then kind of dropped it because I'm not really into the whole comedy aspect of it. I don't really like that. I don't really like comedy in anime in general. I like it sometimes. I like it when it's like King or like Toby or people like that. But I don't really like it, comedy in general nearly as much as I like more serious moments in anime or manga. A plus A question mark. Yeah, I feel like it can be somewhere there. Other than Naruto, One Punch Man, and Hunter x Hunter, what other series are you interested in making videos on? Or for? I would say My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball are 2 that I'm confident that I know enough about to make videos on. Aside from that, I'm not really too sure. Because in order for me to make any what-ifs or like power scaling or just discussions in general, I feel like I have to know the anime and manga well enough to be able to like talk about it. And this usually comes from only like the series that I've seen or read more than once or more than a few times, which is gonna be like Dragon Ball, MHA, Hunter x Hunter, One Punch Man, and Naruto. These are like the ones that I've been through way more than once. So yeah, I would say MHA and Dragon Ball are like 2 that I would be interested in doing more. Also, side note, the voice in your... Side note, the voice you make for Goketsu is really good. Yeah, thank you. I do use like a filter to make my voice deeper with that, because obviously I'm not really capable of producing that like extremely deep voice that Goketsu has. So I sort of just do like the baseline voice and then just add a filter like pitch on top of it. We need more Hunter x Hunter vids in the community. There's one coming up with a YouTuber called Eternal Flame. He was in chat earlier. And it's one of the funniest videos that I've ever made, hands down. And it's also pretty informative. It's Killua and Gon running the Phantom Troop Gauntlet. Like, in terms of a power scaling, in terms of power scaling, like the aspect of speed, strength, and like net abilities and stuff like that. And that's a really good video, but I'm just dreading editing it because I haven't like memorized exactly where each and every event takes place in the Hunter x Hunter anime and manga. Because I've seen it and I've read it multiple times, but I'm not like as in depth into it as I am with Naruto and One Punch Man. Because for those 2, I can just like open up a website where all the chapters are listed, and I will know approximately where each and every event takes place. Like, I always have to grab scans from the anime and manga, and for both of those series. And for Hunter x Hunter, that's not the case. I'm just not used to doing that. So it's kind of a lot harder to edit, which I'm sort of dreading doing. What's your top isekai anime? I have not seen any isekai, actually. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen a single isekai. I do want to check out some, because I know there are plenty of famous isekai, but I just haven't seen any. You're gonna add a fight where Boros fights Gaara and gets him to Cosmic and then gets defeated, then Saitama will fight him and everyone looks at him and realizes his power. That would be cool, not gonna lie. It's a possibility, but I will say that the plans I have for Boros, Garo, and a few other characters, they're pretty big. It's not gonna be just a singular fight. I'll say that. There's gonna be a whole arc with the... after this one that we have, like the Hero Boros arc, as I like to call it. Firestorm Phoenix Man should be able to cook chicken and make them monsters. Bro, like cooked chicken coming to life to like eat humans instead of humans eating cooked chicken. That would actually be kind of a crazy apocalypse scenario. I've heard about this Eternal Flame guy, but I've never seen one of his vids. He does mostly Jujutsu Kaisen stuff with some Hunter x Hunter. So he's pretty cool. Like from what I've spoken to him and from what we've interacted, like every time he's just been a blast to hang out with. So I would say if you're interested in like Hunter x Hunter and Jujutsu Kaisen, definitely check him out. Boros earrings theory. What if L joined the Akatsuki? I think I already answered this in another stream. L would just like call out everybody in the leadership of the Akatsuki for being absolute morons and just complete the Infinite Tsukuyomi plan way faster. If he was allowed to like take control of the Akatsuki and like manage their actions, like he would definitely just like complete their goals way faster. Because like for plot reasons, people like Obito and Pain weren't allowed to do certain things. Like Obito couldn't just pull up to the leaf at any point and abduct Naruto, and Pain couldn't do that either. And you know, people say it's because Itachi was like preventing that from happening, but like Itachi could be dealt with, like Obito, Pain, Kisame, and like every other Akatsuki member jumping him at the same time after luring him into a trap would definitely be enough to kill him. So like Itachi wasn't a problem. They could have just easily captured every single Jinchuriki within a matter of days, probably, so... Yeah, L would just get the job done. My friend, do not watch Isaka Man. The only decent one I can think of is ReZero. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'll see in the future. Yo, what's good, Saturday? What's good, Kyle? I'm doing well. Kind of chilling right now. It's all mostly just slob. Overlord is good. Not gonna lie, I like DBS and DBZ quite a lot. And I liked What If Goku was in One Punch Man. All those were my favorites, because the only good ones. But your series is way better, not gonna lie. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm still kind of flabbergasted that so many people like what I do here. Because, like, before I started YouTube, like, I always knew that if I grinded hard enough, I could get subscribers. But just the fact that I can do that from, like, writing stories is just so, like, pleasing to my soul. Because, like, you know, like, I could do the whole, like, more generic YouTuber stuff, like vlogging and stuff like that. I don't know if that would still work in the current day and age that we live in at now. But, like, the fact that people can enjoy my stories is still really heartwarming. Oshoku Tensei is also a W isekai and got very dark and golden in the newest season. Toby versus Tobirama. I feel like Tobirama versus Orange Mask Obito, I feel like Tobirama slaps, personally. I'm a Tobirama stan. Boros after doing in an afternoon that the Hero Association... Boros after doing in an afternoon what the Hero Association couldn't in years. Do you mean like wiping out the Monster Association, or what exactly? The fact that you have as few subs as you do is criminal. Oh, thank you. Would you guys like to see some more tier lists? Cause how long is the stream? An hour and a half. I could do like one more tier list. If you guys want, I could also show you the outline of the thumbnail for the next episode of What If Boros Turned Good. Not the next, the part 15, if you want. If you would like to. It might contain a little bit of spoilers, but not too much. Boros' earrings are actually Potara earrings. Bro, if Boros just took off the earring and just told Saitama to put it on, and Saitama didn't question it and just put it on and they fused, imagine how wild the story would be from there. Tobirama Stana, very interesting. Yeah, I like Tobirama a lot. I feel like he gets way too much hate. That's like my main problem. Because like, he's maybe top 20 favorite characters for me in Naruto. maybe top like 25 to 20, like something like that. But then he just gets so much unnecessary hate. And I feel like some other characters are so overhyped in comparison that like I just can't help but feel bad for like the character in general and just sort of hype him up. His brother Boros gave heroes to him so he can relieve his longing to him while looking at for a worthy opponent. Needs more subs, and sad thing is How Strong is Boros would get more views than any of your parts on What If Boros, I think, not combined. Right now, I think part 1 still has more views than How Strong is Boros. But yeah. I did feel like it would sort of be that way, because How Strong is Boros as a topic is a lot more accessible than like a full series on what would happen if Boros turned good. So, like, I did anticipate that to some extent. But yeah, I do feel kind of sad, but it's no biggie. I haven't been on YouTube for too long yet, so can't really expect to have like 100,000 subscribers at this point. Do tier list on strongest clothes. Just put Goku's outfit in there, Saitama's outfit, like all the MC's outfits, and then just rank them based on how durable they are and what they can take. Darkshine versus Tobirama. Tandem Paper Bombs probably unironically one-shots Darkshine. Honestly, not probably. I'm confident in saying, like, yeah, the Tandem Paper Bombs would actually, like, one-shot Darkshine. I think Tobirama might win. They are known to have more hacks and stronger feats. Naruto and anime star level plus. See, the thing is, the star and planet level feats only really come, like, from the god tier characters. Like, you know, Naruto, Sasuke, Kage, all those people. Like, more so like the star feats. The planet level stuff is more debatable, with like the QB and the Ten Tails and stuff like that. I think Tobirama... okay. Then they fight God and he turns them into candy and eats them. Then they beat him from the inside. Are you referring to like Bortama? Like Boros and Saitama fusion? That's actually a fire tier list idea, lol. the close one? Yeah, I feel like it could be funny to do. Okay, I feel like I'll save the whole Cadres and S-Class Heroes tier lists for later, because this has gone on for a lot longer than I expected. I'll change the title to just Ranking What If Parts Live. And just kind of leave it at that. Because I feel like we don't have enough time to do like 2 whole other tier lists. Alright, change the name. God is something straight out of Bloodborne. Yes. I haven't seen Bloodborne or played it. I don't really know what Bloodborne is. But yeah, it's probably pretty gruesome with that name, I could imagine. Alright, so would you guys like me to put up the outline of the thumbnail for part 15 on screen for a few moments? Would you guys want that? It's slightly spoilery, but like I could do it without like it's not gonna spoil the entire part, like not even close. So if you want to, I can put a teaser on. Yes, please, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, I can do that. Build some more hype. Okay, how do I do that now? How do I do that? Okay, let's see. How strong do we think is God right now? I think he's multiversal, outerversal right now, based off the feat of turning God to stone, lending him a little of his power and disintegrating at One Punch Man villain. I think he's like, right now, universal at best. Right now, from the feats that we have. He might be way stronger later, but we just don't know that much. Alright, let me just make sure that this is the right one. Hold on for a few moments. Alright, are you ready to see the thumbnail? Here it is. That's the outline for the thumbnail. There's gonna be characters on there, but I can't really put them on there for spoiler reasons. Pulls out snipping tool. Yes, sir. Teaser. Yes. What do you think about this? Any theories on what might be going on or anything like that? I saw that in Discord. Yeah, this is the one that I posted to Discord a couple days ago, I think, or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, but if you can make Garo Galaxy level with a slap of the hand, I think he's multiversal minimum right now. You see, the gap between Galaxy and multiversal is so ridiculously large that, like, the gap between Galaxy and universal is already ridiculously large. So, yeah. Well, nice thumbnail, and the moon and Earth might be, a cool fight scene. Maybe God is related or Boros is fighting in outer space / moon. Boros will punch Garo to the moon. To be honest, that thumbnail looks good on its own. Yeah, it actually looks really good. I'm kind of sad that I might have to, like, obscure parts of it with characters. Because I already have the final version ready. It's just that it is, like, I do have to put something on there, because, you know, it's just... wouldn't really look that great just on its own properly. Wouldn't really show people what's up with the part. It's either God or some insane feat done by either Phoenix Man or Saitama. Boros goes to the moon to chat with God. It feels melancholic and somber. I just woke up like a good 7 minutes ago. What I miss, boys? I did a video on... not a video. A ranking on the various parts of What If Boros Turned Good that are up on the channel right now. So that's like the main thing that we did. And now I'm just showing a teaser for the thumbnail for part 15 of the Boros series. It wouldn't get many clicks, let's be real. Yeah, that's the thing, like, people wouldn't really click on this, I feel. And you know, like, as sad as that sounds, like, I do want people to click on videos, you know, like, I do want people to see what I do, so, you know. Can't wait for Big Bang Phoenix Man to appear when God touches his body for a fraction of a second. I don't think he needs characters. Yeah, it's like, it's still, I feel like it does need characters to, like, get more attention, because like this thumbnail looks good, but like the full thing is just gonna be like better, I think. Naruto is kidnapped, Sasuke and Boruto are Rogan in the village in the fire, meanwhile Kakashi just reading his book. Yeah, Kakashi is nowhere to be seen in the manga, it's pretty crazy. It feels mysterious and weighty. Yeah, true. It does. What rank was the Christmas special? We'll change it back in a couple moments, I feel. Firestorm Phoenix Man burns the moon. Pig God eats the moon. Yeah, let me just switch back to the actual tier list. So this is what the tier list looks like for the parts. The question mark tier for context is basically just like, it's gonna be like a high tier part, but we're not sure exactly where it's gonna be yet, like me personally, so yeah. It's just like somewhere near the top. This tier honestly it can be deleted and it would be fine. Like this is the actual tier list right now. These are ranked, so like part 9 is my favorite, then part 3, then part 13, part 11, and so on. So I guess this is my official ranking for all the parts I've done so far. It stands out from all the other thumbnails, it's unique. Yeah, I tried to make it as unique as possible. I made the whole like cosmic font for it. Like with the space font and then the moon and the earth. So like, it's gonna be like very much different from anything that's come before it. Honestly, that's like my biggest hope to surpass the hype that people seem to have around part 3. Because like part 3 so far has been sort of dominating every single poll I put out on what the favorite part of people is. It's like the top of S tier for most people. So yeah, I want to surpass this at some point, because this one happened like almost a year ago now. So now I feel like it needs to be surpassed at some point, and I feel like part 15 is the first like a really good chance to get there. And then the finale of the story is gonna be like the other really big chance to surpass part 3. Aura's Wrath was cinematic AF. Aura's Wrath, I don't really know what that is. Someone is gonna pull an Astra and have a fight on the moon. I don't know much about Astra. Like, are you referring to the, like, Asura's Wrath thing? Oh yeah, Asura's Wrath probably was the one. Like, the cinematic comment. I haven't played that game. I have seen a couple videos on it. Mainly because someone asked me at some point to talk about Boros versus Gongen Wizen. I think that's how you pronounce the name, but I could be wrong. Tots pulls the moon with her telekinesis. If the Christmas special was full potential, it could have been S tier. Yeah, for sure. It could have been, but it's just not because of the whole editor issues I had at that point. If Tots pulled the moon, it would F up the earth. Yeah, for sure. I'll be waiting like beyond Netero for the day part 3 gets eclipsed. Yeah. I'm pretty confident that part 15 can get the job done, but if it cannot, then part 20, or like whatever part is the finale, is definitely gonna get the job done, because like, the plans for that are just like, different from this in like so many ways, so... I do think part, like, the finale is definitely gonna be above this. It's just that if I can get part 15 to be above this, I would really like that. If the series doesn't end with Saitama's new house immediately being destroyed, I'll be kinda sad. But that would actually be hilarious. Just, like, make Saitama wait the entire series for a new house and then have Boros instantly destroy it. Like, the moment it's finished, like, some villain just knocks Boros into the house. Or, like, Boros knocks some villain into the house and it just blows it up. Imagine the final fight, Saitama just defeat God in one punch. Maybe, we'll see. What do you think about scaling video game characters? How much do game mechanics influence your scaling? See, the thing is, I haven't played many video games at all. I haven't played really any of the big ones that people scale, like God of War or Asura's Wrath or anything like that. Really, the most I've played is like Subnautica, Minecraft, and like some mobile games. I'm not much of a gamer, so I can't really comment too much on it. But yeah, I think we could probably end the stream here. We've already been here for almost like 2 hours. So yeah, I would say probably that one. Like, I had a brain fart. I would say we can probably end it here, because we've been going for quite a while now. Can Tatsumaki be scaled to small planet? I think so, because, like, in my opinion, she does scale above Sage Centipede. And Sage Centipede does have a small planet level calc. Steve solo anime. Bro, Steve is like scalable to like universal, multiversal, whatever you want to get him to. Like, it's actually kind of wild. In terms of lifting strength. Satori, a noob gamer? Yeah, probably. I would say I'm pretty noob at most games I play. Which isn't a lot, actually. Like, I play like 3 games. But I'd say we can probably end it here. Oh, another thing in chat. Dishon. The One Punch Man Earth surviving, Psycho's beams, Orochi absorbing the core, Saitama punching evil natural ocean, Garo pushing through the earth, and the Gamma Ray burst in one day is insane. Yeah. It's pretty wild. Tots versus Evil Ocean Water manga version. I think Tots would win, because she could just like chuck him into space. I don't really see what he would do about it. Boros no disguise but with new armor. What do you mean about the Boros, like no disguise but with the new armor? You mean like in the story, like what if he puts the armor back on but just doesn't disguise himself? Like that's a possibility. It would be kind of hard to edit in Boros' real head on the body than of Hero Boros. That could be kind of hard to do, but it could be done. What's your time zone? I don't actually know what my time zone is called. I never looked into it. You didn't answer top 5 waifu. Okay, hold on a moment, hold on. Let's check my time zone. What is my time zone? Well then, this map that I'm looking at... EAT, I think? I think it's EAT. Yeah, Eastern European summertime. It's like what it's called, I guess. It's 11:40 p.m. here. Yeah, it's kind of late then for you. For me, it's 9 p.m. A little bit past that. Steve is, I think, is a case where game mechanics shouldn't influence scaling. Yep, maybe. I don't really scale video game characters, though. It's just funny to think about that Steve could, like, punch with a strength to destroy a universe. What do you think about Majin Buu from DBZ? Like, as a character or in terms of power scaling? As a character, I think he's slightly overhated. Because, like, I enjoy him quite a lot. The Buu saga is actually the saga that I've rewatched the most. Out of anybody. Like, out of every saga in Dragon Ball. So, it's got a lot of fun moments. Buu as a villain is very creative, like, this big bubblegum man. Some of the writing choices and stuff like that is definitely questionable, but I feel like he's a bit overhated in my opinion. Yeah, I wanted to know so I can have a better idea of when you'd be available on Discord. I'm available most of the time. I do check messages like pretty much like several times a day on Discord, like what's new on the server. Kinda like his identity is auto revealed, but he does need new power restricting armor. Yeah, he could get new armor for sure. It would just be kind of tough to edit in his face on the armor, I feel, because the art styles don't really match with like the Boros renders and the Boros like human form that I have, like the render of that. 2 p.m. for us EST folk. Saiyan and Piccolo Jr. will always hit different for me. Yeah, those arcs are very good. I'll definitely admit that. Yasamine, I'm getting to that. I need to, like, put together a list. I'm taking this question very seriously. I like how every block in Minecraft has, like, minimum universal durability. Yeah. Funny how the whole, like, zombies from Minecraft just have universal durability casually. What are your thoughts on Bleach if you watched this Reddit? I have read it. I haven't seen it, I've just read it. And I do like it a lot. I think it's like my top 10 favorite anime for sure. I did an anime ranking, I think on the first stream that I ever did. It's still up on the channel in the live section. So if you want to, you can like skip through it and look where I put Bleach in my overall anime like rankings. Well, let me put together a list here. I'm taking out the notes, I'm writing down characters. Let me take this extremely seriously. $14 viewers now? I'm stalling time so that there are less viewers when I eventually have to answer the waifu question. Just so it's not quiet, I'll just keep talking about Bleach for a few moments. So, my favorite character is Kenpachi, for sure. Because I really like those, like, unhinged characters. Sort of like Boros, to some extent, but not quite as much. I haven't watched Dragon Ball, but know 50% of the characters. Yeah, I feel like Dragon Ball is like famous enough to where you just sort of know the characters for the most part. Because it's like just an extremely famous anime, so it's kind of hard not to know, in all honesty. What about giving Boros his new armor repulsors like Iron Man, so he could use energy blasts? That would be pretty wild. That would be pretty intense. I'm not leaving, lol. What's too controversial about the waifu question? Nothing much, really. Bleach peaked at Soul Society, then declined as it became obvious Kubo could only write one plot. I don't think so. Like, for me, each consecutive arc is, like, better than the last. I will share the list in Discord. Maybe give Boros new armor to utilize his energy instead of suppressing his power. Kenpachi a real one, he's my favorite too. I need your top Kenpachi moments. I don't want to go into manga spoilers, so I'll say when he first pulls up on Ichigo, it's like extremely good. Because, you know, that moment where Ichigo just like feels death and like everybody around is like extremely like pressured just by his mere presence, that's a goated moment. Then when he like cuts a meteor too, that's kind of manga spoilers, but like, yeah. Then what other? When he comes in to save Ichigo from the what's Noitora. Yeah, I like those a lot. The chat holds Satri at gunpoint. Shunsui is the most underrated Bleach character. I don't know much about the Bleach community, but Shunsui is really good. I really like it. Kenpachi and Grimjaw are goated. Yeah, for sure. I wonder how Boros gonna deal with Phoenix Man. We'll see. We shall see. Kenpachi versus Noitora is my third favorite fight in Bleach. Elite. Yeah, that's a good pick. It's a good fight. For sure. I'm still thinking about that waifu list. Because I'm genuinely not sure. Like, I'm genuinely trying to think what my list would even be. For anybody new here, someone asked me about like my top 5 waifu, so now I have to think of something. Who else? I don't know. When he uses 2 hands on his Zanpakuto, oh god. So raw. Yeah, that was a good moment. That was a goated moment. Do you read Black Clover manga? It's peak. I have seen the anime. I tried to get into the manga, but the pacing was too fast for me, actually. Like, I actually couldn't get into it because it was too fast. After the anime, I just got used to the anime pacing and then I couldn't get into the manga. The series is underrated. You mean like Boros turned good? Because for my channel, it's definitely the most beloved series. He's stalling. I'm literally trying to think of characters to put on the list, because, like, I don't really have that many, to be honest. Like, I'm thinking of who to put on there. Like, genuinely. Black Clover and Peak in the same sentence as well. I like Black Clover. It's good. Do you like octopus as food? It's my favorite food. Dude, grilled octopus just hits different. Grilled octopus and grilled squid are like my 2 favorite foods of all time. I love them. I would commit genocide on the entire octopus population if I could, but I know that it would be kind of bad for me, because then there would be no more octopus left for me to eat. Wait, about top 5 wife. Didn't you make a short with female characters from anime? Maybe you can do a short as base that top 5. I mean, it's like favorite characters. It's not like a waifu list. I had Granny Chio on there as like a favorite character. I don't know, dude. Like, waifu and favorite female character are not synonymous at all. Sane Man tries to answer the question of the insane. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of 5. So far I have 3. I don't know who else to put on there. I prefer alligator, but those bastards fight back. Okay. No, dude, I love alligators. I would never eat an alligator. I love reptiles in general. Dude, Orochimaru was actually like my favorite character of all time for a while when I was a kid, because it was just like he was using snakes in combat. Like, what else could little me want? Like, snakes, goddamn. Like, that was like my dream come true as a kid. Like, a character using snakes for battle. Like, because I was obsessed with snakes when I was growing up. By the way, I'm about to share my traumatic experience with snakes. So, as a little kid, I was like maybe 10, 11 years old, maybe even less than that. Maybe I was like 8 or 9 actually even. Like, I don't remember when exactly. But I really wanted to like see more snakes. So I searched up movies about snakes. And there was this one movie called Snakes on a Plane. If you've seen that movie, you will know that it is not for a 9 to like 11-year-old. Like, it's definitely not a movie meant for like 9 to 11-year-olds. And so, like, I watched that movie as like a 9 and 11-year-old. Like, I'm not sure when exactly I did, but I did watch it as like a little kid. If you do not want to get like traumatized for life, do not show your kids Snakes on a Plane, please. Because like I'm actually not sure if I'm allowed to speak about what happens in that movie, so yeah, I'm not gonna speak about that movie, but you know, for a while I was kind of traumatized. It was so bad. Depends on how you eat octopus, it tastes bad if prepared bad, but if done well, it's crazy good. Yeah, that's the thing, like, if it's like charred up and it's like not very delicious, then yeah, I can understand, but like, well-prepared octopus is like, God, like, dude, oh, amazing. Snakes are really cool, underrated animals. Based opinion. But they hurt like hell getting bit. I can imagine. Dude, alligators are fast. Have you seen like videos of alligators running? It's actually kind of wild. Who's more creepy, Orochimaru or Hisoka? Hisoka for sure, dude. Like, did you see him, like, the way he stared at Gon and Killua in the Greed Island arc? Like, Jesus. Granny Chiyo, second best female character in Naruto. Oh, for sure. Oh, that actually gave me an idea for the waifu, for the fourth waifu. So yeah, now I'm up to 4. Thanks for the idea. Ayo, no way, LMA. Damn, I watched it. Yeah, it's bad as a kid, like goddamn. I'm having octopus tonight. I am jealous of your life right now. Drakus, I am jealous of you right now. Just visited Florida recently, can confirm alligator as the main course goes crazy. I can imagine. I need a 5th person to put on that damn waifu list. Who do I put on that list, bro? Like, I'm not sure at all, dude. This is like the hardest question I've ever had to answer. I actually don't know, dude. I actually don't. Dude, I have no idea, bro. Who do I put on there? Tatsumaki is 100% of your list. Yeah, we'll see. Guys, who's your favorite S-Class hero? I need something to keep you occupied while I try to think of something. Can you tell me who your favorite S-Class hero is in One Punch Man? Put your mom on the list? No, just no. Just no. I'm not doing that. Okay, I have a couple candidates. Mosquito Girl first wife, no. No. Tank Top Riz Master. Who's on your list? Maybe people can give some examples if you tell. I think I have my 5th one. Yeah, I think I have my list. Favorite S-Class hero, Zombie Goat. Kingu, favorite S-Class Zombie Man, I guess. Favorite S-Class, either Metal Bat or Tots. Tatsumaki Metal Bat. Yeah, those are all solid picks. S-Death? Bro, from what I know of S-Death, no thank you. From what I know of her, no thank you. Okay, I think I have the list. So, are you guys ready for the official Satori Top 5 waifu list, I guess? That's what we've come to. 2 hours into the stream, that's what we've come to. This is where life has led me. My life has led me to this moment, I guess. How Satori has fallen. Darkshine's a chill guy too. Yeah, Darkshine's fun. Okay, so number 5, I guess, Android 18 from Dragon Ball. Cause like, I don't know. She's got decent personality, good looks. So I would say Android 18 is like the first one on the list, or like number 5, whatever. I didn't really rank them. I got the Bleach ready. I was ready, I could play it. 2 hours of stalling. I mean, hey, like, come on, like, I was doing a tier list and then I had to take an hour to, like, think of characters, I guess. Yes, W, okay, good pick, bro. Since when are we judging picks, bro? I have homework, but I wasted 2 hours to see the list. Okay, fair. W pick, proceed. Bro, what are these reactions? Okay, so number 4, I guess, is gonna be Kushina from Naruto. I have the acid ready. Jesus Christ. Please don't pour the acid on yourself. Because Kushina, you know, she's got a good personality, fiery personality, got the red hair, got the figure. So I'd say Kushina's a solid one. Kaguya first waifu. No thank you, she would kill me. Like, she legit would just kill me, so no thank you. So what are your thoughts on Kushina? Is she acceptable to you? Is Kushina an acceptable pick? Mommy. No. How dare you watch how you speak on Vegeta's name. I don't know who that is, to be honest. Removing your eyes won't let you forget what you saw. I don't know who that is. It's from Naruto, like Naruto's mother from the series. She's pretty good. Number 3, this one probably most of you won't know, is gonna be Ruby from the series RWBY. So, because I like her looks, I like her personality. She's like 16 currently, I think. I'm 17, so it's fine. It's not pedophilia, guys. Maybe she's 17 by now. I'm not exactly sure, but like, yeah, she's the 3rd pick, I guess. Y'all are so down bad. Yes, exactly. Like, bro, like someone said, like, normal person tries to answer like a weird question. Like someone said that. Because, like, I genuinely just don't know who to put on the list. Is that the Rooster Teeth show? Yeah, it is. Underrated. W pick. Satori, a RWBY fan, is something I learned during part 13. I saw the clips. Yeah, I think the series is, like, it's good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. A friend of mine got me to watch it at, like, the ending of last summer, I think. You know, it's weird to think we're the same age, lol. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Skull RWBY. I mean, hey, it's my pick. You can take it or leave it. Then next up, the second one, I guess. Like, I'm not ranking them, like, I don't know. It's gonna be Tatsumaki, like somebody said already. But specifically the one from the Monster Association arc. not the one from the current chapters, because the one from the current chapters looks like legit like a 11-year-old. I'm talking about the one that actually looks sort of like an adult. So yeah, Tatsumaki's gonna be the other pick. My friend is still trying to force me to watch One Piece. Oh god. If you decide to go to the and go the route of experiencing One Piece, I would recommend doing it in manga format, because the anime has like very, very bad pacing. I've seen the first 50 episodes and I'm definitely converting to the manga at some point. Ruby fights fell off for me after season 2 sadly, but the story got a lot better. That's fair. Lilith, literal first waifu, wife of Adam. Didn't notice the drawing change. What do you mean, like, drawing change? Oh, about Tatsumaki? Like, if you compare, like, side-by-side panels from the Monster Association arc and panels from the the current chapters with, like, versus Saitama, she looks like so much more chibi in that Saitama battle. It's really, like, it's kind of weird. The whole art style sort of shifts, because, like, Sonic 2 got, like, his face, like, instead of being elongated, it gets, like, more smushed, I guess. It gets, like, more wide instead of, like, narrow, I guess. Like, the whole art style just changed a little bit. I do prefer the older style, but I don't mind the current one either. Tatsumaki with her stunted growth, exactly. One Piece fans be like, it gets good after 400 episodes, trust me, bro. Yeah. It's still good during the first 50 at a few points. Specifically Arlong Park. But yeah. She does look, like, very young in some panels in the Saitama vs. Tats fight. Yeah, exactly. I think the reason why she's depicted like that is because the way she's been acting is far more immature, hence being portrayed more like a child. But I don't really know. Just a theory. It's possible. Alright, and then number 1, I guess, the moment you've all been waiting for. Tatsumaki should be a short stack, not a chibi. Yeah, exactly. So I guess the moment you've all been waiting for, apparently, for 2 hours now. It's gonna be Neo, also from Ruby. It's like the ice cream girl that does, like, acrobatics. That's gonna be the last pick for the waifu list. Lol equals views. Yeah, to some extent, I feel, because, like, there's definitely something with, like, lollies and people, like, obsessing over them, because, like, I don't know. Plus, that fight gives us her backstory. I mean, yeah, but, like, you don't have to, like, make her, like, more chibi-like to give her backstory. Bro, I brought us to Popeye and he only ordered a chicken sandwich. His chicken sandwich put us 25 cents over what we had. Had that lady not just taken what we had, we would... What do you mean? Wait, what? What is going on? Isn't Popeye like the fictional character? Really? Dear God, no, Yoruichi said. I mean, Yoruichi maybe, but, like, at the same time, she's like too teasing. She's like a little bit too on the exposed side. The council judges. Oh my God. Bro, what has the stream become, dude? Wait, she was the mute one, right? Yeah, that's the one. What? Alright. The restaurant, fast food place. I don't know, I've never heard of it. You're European? Yeah. I've never ever been to, like, KFC or, like, Arby's or, like, these lines that, like, these American restaurants, not restaurants, like fast food places. I've been to McDonald's a few times. Okay, fair point. On the counter side, though, it's Yoruichi. Yeah. MHA Mirko. Mirko is good. Mirko is goated. Yeah. She's close to the list, probably. It's Yoruichi. Cursed is what it's become. Yeah. Yeah. It's cursed. It's kind of cursed, not gonna lie. Me neither, I just see it a lot. Yeah, I'm good with the final pick, she cool. Fast food is trash. I would agree. Cause, like, I do like fast food, like eating it, but I try not to eat it as much as possible. Like, over the last 5 years, I've eaten a burger like 3-4 times maybe. I have a bit of a Ruby bias though. That's fine. Mate, when you got only $15, you take what you can get. How do you feel when acting out Tatsumaki voices? I don't know, dude. Like, I try my best with them, but like, I don't know. Like, I just can't hire any voice actors at the moment, so yeah, I just do it, I guess. The same way I feel when I act out any other character. Speaking of, who are your favorite characters? In terms of like anime in general, or like specific anime? Or like fiction in general? Alright, good stream guys, I'm gonna head out. Yeah, it was good. It was a good stream. Thank you for coming on. And goodbye, Farron. Fubuki. Fubuki is like... She's decent, but like... I'm not too into her. I try my best, has me crying. I mean, that's what I do. I try my best with these picks. Not picks, characters. With the voices. Have you read Shadow Slave? I haven't. I was talking about Ruby characters. Oh. I can answer that in a little bit. Good stream, 2 hours. Worth it to arrive at these conclusions. The evolution of the stream was crazy, though. Yeah. So, goodbye, Jimmy. And Corey G, favorite Ruby characters? Probably the main 4, plus Neo, plus Ospen, plus Oscar as well. Oscar just needs a hug, dude. God damn it. Like, Oscar just needs to be hugged, dude. Like, he's been through so much that he just did not deserve at all, dude. Like, oh my god. Sad to see the guy go through what he goes through. Evolution, sir. That was devolution. Yeah, it was. It was for sure. I didn't know people kept asking, so I just gave an answer. But I'll probably be finishing this now. Have you read Solo Leveling? I have not. I have not read Solo Leveling. Man, Oscar wanted none of this, bro. Exactly, like, he just, like, wakes up one day with, like, another soul inside of him telling him what to do, and then he just, like, gets tortured and, like, beaten and abused every single time anybody is, like, not happy with him. Like, ah. He just, like, suffers for another person's sins. It's so sad. Like I said, he just needs a hug, dude. Like, he deserves it. Me personally, I'm a Crow stan. Oh yeah, Crow is good too. He just doesn't do that much in the later volumes, which I'm kind of sad about. If he did a little bit more, he would definitely be top 5. Alright, but yeah, it's been a good stream, but yeah, I have to end it at some point, so I feel like this is a good point to end it. I'll see if I can get the whole part 14 out before my holidays begin. Because they begin, like, next week's Sunday. Well, like, That's like the best like way to put it, I guess. So yeah, I still have a little bit of time, but I haven't finished the script yet, and the fastest I'm gonna be able to like record it is gonna be on Tuesday. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a question if I can get it out or not, like in time for the holidays. I realized that a lot of my characters are based on Naruto characters. There's a lot of weird eyes as well. They don't really do much though. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the time, like you do take inspiration from like series you've seen or books you've read, stuff like that. My Ubered up head thought we were talking about Oscar the Grouch from the Sesame Street. I do not know who that is, but yeah, I can see how things like that can get confused. But anyways, let's end it. I can't talk for much longer. So, yeah, thank you all for coming on. It was a really enjoyable stream. Not thank you for forcing me to answer that question, though. And, yeah, so see you next time, and hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Goodbye.